Ladies and gentlemen, today I bring a message not just to uplift you, but to awaken your spirit, to recognize the signs of God's divine hand at work in your life. There comes a moment in every believer's journey when God begins shifting the foundation beneath their feet. He whispers that it is time to go higher, but before He elevates you, He reveals certain signs to prepare your heart and align your steps with His divine plan. When God begins to raise someone, it is never by chance or accident. He operates with precision, guided by a divine purpose that surpasses human understanding. Every promotion is a call to step into a greater responsibility, a higher assignment that aligns with His kingdom's agenda. Before moving you to the next level, God ensures that you are ready, not just in skill, but also in character and vision. This preparation phase may feel hidden, often unnoticed by others, but it is crucial because advancement without purpose leads to confusion, and promotion without preparation results in failure. God begins this process by clarifying your purpose. If you find yourself asking deeper questions about your existence, questions like, why am I here? Or what am I meant to do? This is a sign of His work within you. These are not mere thoughts of curiosity, but a divine stirring in your spirit. God is aligning your heart with His plans because every level of elevation comes with a demand for purpose-driven action. You are not being promoted for applause or personal glory. You are being positioned to fulfill an assignment. This is why the process often seems slow or even frustrating. God is never in a rush because He is more concerned with refining you than speeding things up. He takes the necessary time to equip you with wisdom, patience, and humility. Qualities essential to sustaining the weight of the next level. When David was anointed as king, he did not immediately ascend to the throne. Instead, he spent years tending sheep, learning leadership in solitude. This was not a delay, it was preparation. God was training him to shepherd people by first shepherding flocks. If you feel stuck in a waiting season, do not despise it. Waiting is not wasted time. It is preparation time. God uses seasons of waiting to cultivate the fruits of the Spirit in you. Patience, kindness, faithfulness, and self-control. These virtues are essential for the next level because elevation without spiritual maturity can lead to pride and ultimately a fall. God is fully aware of what He's doing. He is shaping your character to match the assignment He has for you. Another sign of God's preparation is the development of vision. Before God elevates you, He will give you a glimpse of where He is leading you. This vision may not come all at once, but it will ignite a sense of purpose and destiny in you. It will challenge you to think beyond your current circumstances, to dream higher, and to trust God more deeply. The vision will not align with your present resources or situation because it is designed to stretch your faith. If what you see in your spirit feels impossible, that is confirmation it is from God. He is preparing you to rely on His strength rather than your own. Preparation also involves pruning. Just as a gardener trims a plant to make it more fruitful, God removes things in your life that could hinder your growth. This may mean releasing relationships, habits, or opportunities that no longer serve His purpose for you. Though pruning can be painful, it is necessary. God understands what must be removed for you to thrive in your next season. Trust the pruning process, as it is a sign He is making room for new growth. During this time, God also aligns you with divine connections. He brings people into your life who will mentor, guide, and support you. Some will challenge you to grow, while others will encourage and uplift you. These connections are intentional, not random. They are part of His plan to prepare you for elevation. Pay attention to the people who enter your life during this season, as they will play a significant role in your journey. Another crucial aspect of preparation is faithfulness in the small things. Before entrusting you with greater responsibilities, God observes how you handle what is already in your care. Are you diligent with what He has given you? Do you honor Him even in the unseen moments? These tests are not about performance, but about character. God uses them to determine if you are ready to carry the weight of what He has planned for you. When you notice these signs, clarity of purpose, pruning, new vision, divine connections, and tests of faithfulness, recognize that God is actively working. He is preparing you for something beyond your imagination. Elevation is not just about reaching a higher status. It is about stepping into a higher calling. God is not simply promoting you. He is positioning you to be an instrument of His will on earth. Trust the process, embrace the preparation, and remain faithful. God's timing is perfect, and when He elevates you, it will not only transform your life, but also impact the lives of those around you. When God prepares to elevate you, He often leads you through a season of pruning, a time when things you once thought were essential begin to fall away. This process can feel unsettling, even painful, as you witness relationships, opportunities, or comforts fading. But understand this: pruning is not punishment, it is preparation. It is God's method of removing what no longer aligns with your destiny so that you can bear more fruit in the next season. Pruning is a divine strategy. A gardener prunes a tree not because it is unproductive, but because it has the potential for greater productivity. Branches that drain energy, limit growth, or no longer bear fruit are cut away to make room for healthier ones. Likewise, God identifies areas in your life that may be limiting your progress. These may include mindsets, behaviors, or even relationships that, while once beneficial, cannot accompany you to the next level. Though pruning often feels like loss, it is actually gain in disguise. If you feel like doors are closing, opportunities are drying up, or people are walking away, do not assume you have been abandoned. It is a sign that God is making space for new growth. He never removes something without purpose. When God takes something away, He is positioning you for something greater. The pruning season will also test your character. God allows certain trials to refine your faith, patience, and endurance. Just as gold is purified by fire, so too are you being refined through challenges. These trials are not meant to break you, but to strengthen you, shaping you into the person capable of carrying the weight of His blessings. One of the hardest aspects of pruning is letting go of people. Some relationships are meant for a season. They teach us, challenge us, or provide comfort. But when their time is up, holding on to them can prevent us from stepping into what God has next. This does not mean they are bad people or that you should harbor bitterness. It simply means their role in your story has been fulfilled. God is calling you higher, and not everyone is meant to climb with you. Another form of pruning is the reordering of priorities. You may find that things you once enjoyed now feel like distractions. This is God realigning your focus toward what truly matters. He is shifting your heart from temporary desires to eternal purposes. Sometimes pruning comes with silence. There may be moments when God seems distant, when His voice feels quiet. But even in silence, He is working. God often uses quiet seasons to teach us to trust Him deeply, walking by faith rather than sight. The discomfort of pruning is temporary, but the fruit it produces is eternal. God is not cutting away just for the sake of it. He is making room for abundance. What comes after pruning will not only validate the process, but will also exceed what you imagined. Stay faithful, trust the process, and know that God is preparing you for a season of overflow. When God moves you to the next level, you will sense an uncommon restlessness, not an ordinary dissatisfaction, but a divine stirring deep within your spirit. This is the call to something greater. I come before you not just with words of encouragement, but with a message to awaken your spirit, to help you recognize the unmistakable signs of God's divine hand at work in your life. There comes a point in every believer's journey when God begins to shift the foundation beneath their feet. He whispers to their soul, it's time to go higher. But before He takes you to the next level, He prepares you, reveals certain signs, and aligns your steps with His purpose. When God begins to elevate someone, it is never by accident. It is always intentional, orchestrated with a divine purpose that goes far beyond human understanding. Every promotion in the spiritual realm is not just an advancement, it is a call to greater responsibility, a higher assignment that aligns with His kingdom's agenda. Before God moves you forward, He ensures that you are ready, not just in skill, but in character, wisdom, and vision. This phase of preparation may often go unnoticed by others. It may feel like you are hidden, but in reality, you are being refined. Elevation without purpose brings confusion, and promotion without preparation leads to failure. The first sign that God is preparing you for elevation is a deepening sense of purpose. If you find yourself asking profound questions, why am I here? What am I truly meant to do? Know that this is not random curiosity. It is a divine stirring in your spirit. God is aligning your heart with His plans because He knows that every new level requires purpose-driven action. You are not being elevated for applause, personal gain, or recognition. You are being positioned to fulfill a divine assignment. This is why the process may seem slow or even frustrating at times. God is never in a rush. He is far more interested in refining you than in accelerating your timeline. He takes His time to equip you with the wisdom, patience, and humility necessary to sustain the weight of the next level. Consider the story of David. When he was anointed as king, he did not immediately ascend to the throne. Instead, he spent years in obscurity, tending sheep and learning the art of leadership away from the public eye. This was not a delay, it was preparation. God was teaching him how to shepherd people by first shepherding flocks. If you feel like you are in a season of waiting, do not despise it. Waiting is not wasted time. It is a time of transformation. God uses the waiting season to develop qualities within you: faithfulness, integrity, patience, and perseverance. These attributes are essential for sustaining the next level, because elevation without spiritual maturity can lead to pride and eventual downfall. Do not pride. Eventual downfall. God knows exactly what He is doing. He is shaping your character to match the weight of the calling He has placed upon your life. Another sign of divine elevation is the expansion of your vision. Before God moves you forward, He will give you a glimpse of where He is taking you. This vision may not come all at once, but it will ignite a fire within your spirit. It will challenge you to think bigger, dream higher, and trust Him on a deeper level. The vision He gives you will often be greater than your current resources or circumstances, because it is meant to stretch your faith. If what you see in your spirit feels impossible, that is a clear indication that it is from God. He does not give small visions for small minds. He gives great visions to those who are willing to trust in His limitless power. The process of preparation also involves pruning. Just as a gardener trims a vine to increase its fruitfulness, God removes things in your life that could hinder your growth. This could mean letting go of relationships, habits, mindsets, or opportunities that no longer align with His purpose for you. Though painful, pruning is necessary. God knows what needs to be removed for you to thrive in the next season. If doors are closing, if certain people are walking away, if old patterns no longer satisfy you, take heart. This is a sign that God is making room for something greater. God also orchestrates divine connections in the season of elevation. He sends the right people into your life, mentors, encouragers, and those who will challenge you to grow. These relationships are not by accident. They are strategically placed in your life to help you step into your next level. Pay attention to the individuals who pour into you during this season. Some will teach you, others will refine you, and some will simply walk alongside you as you grow. At the same time, God will also distance you from certain relationships that are tied to your old season. Not everyone is meant to climb with you. And holding on to relationships that are no longer aligned with your future can hinder your progress. God will also test your faithfulness before He entrusts you with more. How are you handling your current responsibilities? Are you diligent in the small things? Do you honor Him in the unseen moments? These tests are not about performance. They're about character. If you are faithful in the little, He will entrust you with much. When you begin to notice signs like clarity of purpose, divine pruning, new vision, and faithfulness tests, know that God is at work. He's preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. Another major sign of divine elevation is a sense of uncommon restlessness. This is not an ordinary discomfort caused by dissatisfaction. It is a holy stirring within your spirit. You may feel that where you are, physically, emotionally, or spiritually, no longer fits. It's as if your spirit knows something greater is calling you, even though your mind cannot fully comprehend it yet. This restlessness is divine. It is God's way of signaling that your current season has served its purpose and that it is time to prepare for what's next. You may find that things that once brought you joy no longer satisfy you. The job that once excited you may now feel routine. The relationships that once energized you may now feel out of sync with your spirit. Even your habits and routines may seem insufficient. This is not because anything is wrong. It is because God is stretching your capacity and enlarging your vision. The things that were once enough are no longer sufficient for where He is taking you. This restlessness is not a call to impulsively abandon everything. It is a call to preparation. God is shifting your focus from what is good to what is best. He is calling you into deeper alignment with His will. When this happens, lean into Him. Spend more time in prayer, fasting, and seeking His guidance. Do not rush ahead of Him. His timing is perfect, and when He finally moves, it will be at the right moment. Ultimately, elevation is not about status or recognition. It is about stepping into the fullness of your purpose. God is not just promoting you, He is positioning you to be an instrument of His will. Trust the process. Embrace the preparation and remain faithful in the waiting. When God elevates you, it will not only transform your life, it will impact the lives of those around you. When the moment of elevation comes, step forward in faith, knowing that the very challenges you faced were the preparation for the destiny God had already planned for you. I stand before you not just to offer words of encouragement, but to deliver a message that will awaken your spirit and help you recognize the unmistakable signs of God's divine hand at work in your life. There comes a moment in every believer's journey when God begins to shift the ground beneath them. He whispers to the depths of their soul, it's time to rise higher. But before He propels you into the next dimension, He prepares you, reveals key signs, and aligns your path with His divine purpose. When God begins to elevate a person, it is never random or accidental. It is always intentional, meticulously orchestrated, with a purpose far beyond human comprehension. Every spiritual promotion is not just about moving forward, it is a call to greater responsibility, a higher assignment, and a deeper alignment with God's kingdom agenda. Before He moves you ahead, He ensures that you are equipped, not only in skill, but in character, wisdom, and vision. This preparatory phase may often seem like a hidden season, where it feels like nothing is happening, but in reality, you are being refined. And promotion without preparation results in failure. One of the first signs that God is preparing you for elevation is an intensified sense of purpose. If you find yourself deeply contemplating questions like, why am I here? What is my true calling? This is not mere curiosity. It is a divine stirring within your spirit. God is aligning your heart with His plans because every new level demands purpose-driven action. Your elevation is not for personal gain or recognition. It is a divine positioning for a greater assignment. That is why the process may feel slow or even frustrating at times. God is never in a rush. He is more concerned with refining you than with accelerating your progress. He takes His time to cultivate within you the wisdom, patience, and humility required to sustain the weight of the next level. Take the story of David as an example. Though he was anointed as king, he did not immediately ascend to the throne. Instead, he spent years in obscurity, tending sheep and learning the fundamentals of leadership away from the public eye. This was not a delay, it was divine preparation. God was teaching him how to shepherd people by first shepherding flocks. If you are in a waiting season, do not despise it. Waiting is not wasted time, it is a season of transformation. God uses this period to develop within you the essential qualities of faithfulness, integrity, patience, and endurance. These attributes are critical for sustaining the next level, because elevation without spiritual maturity can lead to pride and an inevitable downfall. God knows precisely what He is doing. He is shaping your character so He can support the calling He has placed upon your life. Another sign of divine elevation is the expansion of your vision. Before God shifts you forward, He often provides a glimpse of where He is taking you. This vision may not arrive all at once, but it will ignite something deep within you. It will challenge you to think bigger, dream higher, and trust Him more profoundly. The vision He provides will often exceed your current resources or circumstances because it is designed to stretch your faith. If what you see in your spirit feels impossible, that is a strong indication that it is from God. He does not give small visions for small minds. He gives grand visions to those who are willing to trust in His infinite power. Part of God's process in preparing you for elevation is pruning. Just as a gardener trims a vine to enhance its fruitfulness, God removes things from your life that could hinder your progress. This may involve letting go of certain relationships, habits, mindsets, or even opportunities that no longer align with His purpose for you. Pruning is necessary. God understands what must be removed in order for you to thrive in the next season. If doors are closing, if certain individuals are walking away, if past patterns no longer fulfill you, take heart. This is a sign that God is making space for something greater. At pivotal moments in your journey, you will notice that the right people begin to enter your life. These are individuals who carry wisdom, experience, and insight that align with where God is taking you. Some will come as mentors, people who have walked the path ahead of you and can provide guidance and wisdom. These mentors are a gift, sent to help you avoid pitfalls, grow in understanding, and mature in your calling. Pay close attention to their counsel, learn from their experiences, and honor their role in your life. In addition to mentors, God also sends support. Those who believe in the vision He has placed in your heart and are willing to stand with you as you pursue it. These individuals may not have all the answers, but they have the faith to encourage you and the loyalty to walk beside you. Their presence serves as a reminder that you are not alone, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. Cherish these relationships, for they are often the ones who will pray for you, cheer you on, and remind you of God's promises when you feel weary. Interestingly, not all divine connections come as sources of comfort or encouragement. Some will come as challenges. People who push you beyond your comfort zone, provoke you to think differently, and stretch your capacity. These individuals may not always be easy to engage with, but they are crucial for your growth. They challenge your assumptions, test your patience, and refine your character. Much like iron sharpens iron. Instead of resisting their presence, embrace the lessons they bring, for they are part of God's preparation for your elevation. Divine connections also serve as divine alignments. These relationships often come with a profound sense of purpose and clarity, as though God Himself has orchestrated them. And the timing of their arrival is undeniably divine. You may find that these individuals open doors you could not have opened alone, or provide wisdom and insight that propel you forward. Recognize these moments as tangible evidence of God's hand at work in your life, positioning you for the next level. However, as God aligns you with the right people, He may also lead you to release relationships that no longer serve His purpose for you. This can be one of the most difficult aspects of elevation. Not everyone who began the journey with you is meant to complete it with you. Some relationships were only meant for a season, and holding on too tightly can hinder your progress. Trust God's guidance in this matter. Trust understanding that letting go is not rejection. It is alignment. Another undeniable sign of divine elevation is a sense of uncommon restlessness. This is not the usual discomfort of dissatisfaction, but a deep spiritual stirring. You may feel that where you are physically, emotionally, or spiritually no longer fits. It's as if your soul senses that something greater is calling you, even though your mind cannot yet fully grasp it. This restlessness is God's way of signaling that your current season has fulfilled its purpose and that it's time to prepare for what's next. Understand that elevation is not just about status or recognition. It is about stepping fully into your God-given purpose. God is not merely promoting you, He is positioning you as an instrument of His will. Trust the process, embrace the preparation, and remain faithful in the waiting. When God elevates you, it will not only transform your life, but will also impact the lives of those around you. When the moment of elevation arrives, step forward in faith, knowing that the very challenges you faced were preparing you for the destiny God had already planned for you. As I close this message, remember that elevation is not just an act of God. It is a process of preparation, alignment, and purpose. Every sign we have discussed today is evidence of His divine hand shaping you, molding you, and calling you higher. So as you step into this new season, do not shrink back. Do not let fear paralyze you or doubt silence the dreams that God has birthed within you. Rise with confidence, knowing that the God who calls you is the God who equips you. Walk boldly through the doors He opens, embrace the challenges that refine you, and steward the relationships and vision He has entrusted to you. You are not moving forward by chance.